Hey everyone, it's Natasha. Welcome back to my channel. And you're probably wondering where you're at right now. Well, you are looking into my extended pantry. Everyone knows from watching my channel that I love to can. And I quickly grew out of our space in our kitchen for canning goods. I had them stored in a pantry, I had them stored in a couple of old china closets, I had them stored, and everything just kind of mishmash everywhere. So I asked my husband to take an area that's on this other side of this wall is our family room, and on the other side of where you're all at is a desk in the end of the room. So it's a large room. It's like I want to say it's like 20 by 26. But the house was built in the 60s, and there was this addition built on in the 80s. And in this area right here was a bar. I laughed when we looked at the house because it was just so funny. It was straight out of the 80s. It had glass shelves and mirrors, and then it went down here, and there was a bar top that wrapped all the way around, and here sat a refrigerator, a bar refrigerator, and then up above was more storage for wine and that sort of thing. And then actually right here, people would stand behind here and serve the guest bar. Well, that made me laugh because when we moved here, our kids were, they were 11, I'm going to say 10 and 7. So we were so far removed from that type of lifestyle that the area just never got used. It was basically storage. I mean, everything just got thrown in here. Never could find a good use for it. So when my husband saw that I was growing out of my space, and I said, "What could we turn this bar area into a closet?" He said, "Yeah, but it's going to take quite a bit of work." Well, a good friend of ours, he does a lot of woodworking and builds a lot of things, and he's really good at that sort of thing. And so we talked to him, and he came up and he helped my husband frame this area in. It is about, I want to say about 8 foot by about 4 foot is the area. And so what he did was they framed it all in, drywalled it in, and then we took, and there's a door on this end, and then I had him put shelves on this side. Now these are 8-inch shelves on this side, and then these are 12-inch shelves on this side. So and they're all on these brackets. You can probably see back there. So they're adjustable. But I wanted them to fit my canning jars, so I specifically had him space them apart to fit my canning jars. So I had him do quart sizes here, and then on the top up here for pints and smaller jars up there. And so he built them all, and I told him they have to be extremely sturdy because they're going to hold a lot of weight. This shelf alone probably has 100 jars on it, so, and they're quart jars and they're all full. So I mean, this one has applesauce in it, cranberry applesauce. So you can see it's a lot of weight. So he was really careful and made sure we put every screws in the studs, and everything is on a certain scale so that that everything will not fall off of these shelves. You're probably wondering why I don't have anything protecting the front of the shelves. Well, luckily where I live in northern Indiana, we do not deal with earthquakes, so we don't have shifting. So I don't have to worry about things coming off the front of my shelves. If I did, I could put a strip here to help with that, but it's not really necessary, so it's not something I worry about. And so we just took and painted the entire room white. These shelves were from Lowe's, and well, everything was from Lowe's because it's my husband works, so we got to support Lowe's. I had him, just buy plain shelves, and we painted everything white. Painted the room white, put white. We just put peel and stick tile on the floor because it's easy to wipe down, and nobody looks in here anyway, so it's not necessary have anything fancy. And then we painted the trim work and everything white, so it's nice and bright. And then he put a shop light up at the top. I just turned it off and they're back on upholstery. And then so if you look down at the end here, he put a wire rack just because it was empty space and I wanted to be able to fill it up with the stuff. So he installed a wire rack, and that's got some of my store-bought items on it and some of my spices and that sort of thing. So you're probably wondering what all I have in here. I have a lot of stuff in here. I mean, it is crazy how much stuff I can store in here. I probably have about 250 empty jars. They go from bottom up. So you're talking jars, jars, and jars. And they're mostly quarts and pints over here. And then I have most of my meats stored on this shelf. And then I have my fruits on this shelf. More meat up here. I do can a lot of meat. My husband's type 1 diabetic, so protein is a big source of food for us. So I want to make sure I always have a lot of meat canned. So chicken, this is chicken. I get it from the Amish when they have it on sale. Buy 80 pounds at a time and can it up. And then I have some beef stew. And in fact, I just brought some in. I just finished canning this. You saw my canning video on the beef stew. And so I got it, all the jars washed, dated, and marked, because we all say we're going to know exactly what that was and when we can it, and we don't remember. So be smart and mark your jars. Just take that tip from me. So these are going to go over here. And then I've got some of my beef canned here, some beans, some soup. And then up at the top here, I have my pickles, I have some potatoes, I have some turkey, I have some apple butter, some jams, some jellies. The top is empty storage because I can't reach up there very well by myself. So I have a little ladder, and when I want to get some things down, I can get it down from there. But I try not to have too much stuff up there that I need on a regular basis because it's such a pain to get down. So you can see I have a couple ladders. I have my, on this side I have my large All-American canner, the one that holds 14 quarts. It's down there. I don't use that big boy a lot, so it stays in here most of the time, where my small one will stay out on the stove because I'm canning almost twice a week in that one, so I keep it out. So on this side there is, I forgot to mention, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves, and then storage underneath to put everything on this side. And over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more shelves to put things on. Another thing I forgot to mention too, what's great about this closet was the way the guys designed it is all these shelves can come out. So say that we go to sell the house for resale value, someone's like, I don't can, why would I want such a big storage closet for canning? They can actually take as many or all of these shelves out as that they want. They could use this closet for extra storage for games, toys, household goods, pantry items. I mean, it could be endless. Scrapbooking supplies. I mean, literally, you could set a little desk up here and work out of this room if you want to. Now, there is ventilation, but there's no window, so I wouldn't do that probably, but it is an option. Okay, so on these 7 shelves, top shelf is our alcohol. We don't drink a lot of alcohol, but we, you know, you get it for gifts. You drink it you drink a bottle of wine at the holidays, and you store some things. I mean, it lasts forever, so you have it. So that's all stored up there, out of sight, out of mind, basically. Our kids are now 18 and 21, so you know, when they were younger, that would have mattered more to keep it up there. But as it is, it's just, that's convenient. We don't get it down a lot, so there's no point in having it any further down on the shelves. Okay, so up here on this shelf, I've got, well, it's a myriad of things. I've got some dehydrated mushrooms, because my dehydrator is also down there. That is my Excalibur dehydrator that I use. And these are just meals in a jar that I have done with dehydrated and freeze dried. So there's like, this one is chicken noodle soup. So it has everything in it that you want for chicken noodle soup. So I've got those, and then I've got extra cans of salt and some extra cinnamon and right. I mean, this is just mainly just extra things that I have on hand that I like to keep that I need but don't want to put in my other pantry, or I have 2 or 3 of them, so I bring them over here. And then on this shelf I have a lot of oils and vinegars, more smaller cans of dried soups and that sort of thing, some baking supplies. I don't bake a whole lot, but when I do, I need some of those things on hand. Brown sugar, clear gel, permaflow, just baking powder, cream and tartar, dry soup mix. I mean, it's just, that's what all this, nuts that are, I've vacuum sealed. There's some cinnamon sticks and some cloves. So like in the winter when or even if I'm canning beets and eggs, I want to use those. I have those on hand. I do keep my little bottles of wine down here, which my husband laughs at me for, but when you're cooking and you need just a little bit of wine in a recipe, you don't want to open a big bottle. Have a small thing of wine. More dry goods down here, some vegetable shortening, some big jars of concentrated beef bouillon, and then I've got my empty half-gallon jars that I store dry goods in. So when I bring something home, I can immediately transfer it to here and vacuum seal it. So it's safe for storage and keep, you know, bugs out or anything like that. You don't want in there. On the bottom here are some more jars. These are actually, I got these on clearance at Walmart for $1.50 a box. So I bought like 30 boxes of them. They're really a nice jar size, and they're pretty uncommon. So I like to do jams, and when I can ghee and stuff like that, I can put it in there. And then more powdered milk, powdered sugar, flour. Like I said, I don't bake a lot, but I keep it on hand, especially during the winter time. So if I want to bake dinner rolls or something like that, I have the ingredients. On the bottom is more variety of things, this overstock from the pantry and etc. that I need. So that is my canning, my extended pantry, and I feel like it's pretty unique because most people don't have something like this that they can have built to their specifications. So if you've got a handyman or a handy husband that's willing to do something like this for you, hang on to them, because they're not always common to find them. And my husband does an amazing job, and he loves to see me happy, and he knows that cooking and canning make me happy, so that's what he did this for me for. So anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video and want to see more videos on canning and food storage and that sort of thing, give me a thumbs up, and I will continue to work on those for you. So we appreciate it, and thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.